Oh my goodness, it is time once again for a little bit of Let's Play action. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Ivor Robinson, and I'm glad that you guys are tuning in to watch this little bit of a Let's Play. Tonight we're going to do Rimworld. We played that a few days ago, and we started a new colony off for our adventures. So we're going to continue on with their trials and tribulations, just making sure everything is working correctly here for the live stream. I know a lot of people that do the Let's Plays, they end up doing pre-recorded sessions of their play, and they go from there with it. But I don't know. I kind of like doing the live stream from the get-go, you know. Mistakes are made. Oh my goodness, mistakes are made. And that's okay. You know, we learn by doing mistakes, and sometimes, especially with games like Rimworld here, dying can be fun, I guess you could say. That's sort of one of the kind of go-tos with this game is dying can be fun, and we do it frequently. But anyways, so welcome to the show. The last time we were here in Rimworld, we had just finished up taking care of a raid that had come in. As you can see, one of the colonists is still injured and is currently on bed rest to recover from everything. So yeah, we've got winter coming up here pretty soon, which is going to be kind of scary because we don't have everything completely set up yet. It is still summertime, but believe me, the time in this game can pass very quickly. So by the time that spring and summer have come along, fall is literally just like an hour away. And yeah, we've probably got maybe about 15 days, I think, of played time before fall comes. And the main reason why I'm so pressed for it is we're in the zone that we're in, the part of the world that we're in, is not very friendly in the wintertime. It can be very devastatingly cold. Hi, Daryl. It can be very devastatingly cold, and our colonists would not survive in that particular situation. So we still have a dead body that's laying here. We need to get these guys on the burial crew, getting things taken care of. We've also got some food that's just starting to come in. This is rice. Hopefully the colonists will start bringing in the food into the freezer area so that it doesn't go bad. It will go bad really quickly. Just was harvested, I think, here within the past day or so, so we should be okay for a little bit of time. But I really do want them to start hauling it as quickly as possible. I do have a couple of them that are prioritized towards doing hauling. In fact, everybody's prioritized towards hauling, so they should get on it at least pretty quickly. Now, what just came up there was a little alert that came up. The alert was that the animal who's hunting, Furco is hunting a rat right now, so that rat started to attack back, basically, but they killed it, so no worries. Is that another dead body there? That is another dead body. We really need to get the burials going here, guys. Can we do that? Yeah, let's go ahead and set them to haul urgently. That way they will get on it really quickly. Okay, so we have a message that came up. Garcia from the Eastern Tinothene Nation is wandering nearby and noticed you could use some help. He'd like to join our colony for a while. He's a taxonomist, and his traits are pyromaniac, nudist, quick learner, and diplomat. Well, we could either accept him or reject the request. Now, here's the thing. We can definitely make use of having more colonists here. We've currently got 4 colonists that are living here in our colony, but as time progresses, we're really going to need to get more colonists in here. And so the game's sort of knowing that you're going to need a lot of colonists eventually. So it's trying to hit me up with giving me this one. Now the question is, okay, should we use this one that it's trying to give us? Now, quick learner means that any skills that they use, they'll raise in the skill pretty quickly. Diplomat means that they can negotiate really well with other people. They have pretty high social skills. Nudist means that they don't mind being naked, and they prefer being naked. So if you have issues getting clothing created, they don't mind. They can run around naked and it's not a problem for them, but other people may not like to see them running around naked, and they might actually get into a bad mood because of it. The problem is he's a pyromaniac as well, which means that if something happens where they have a mental break and they kind of go berserk for a little bit of while, that means that he's probably going to be going around lighting fires everywhere within the colony. So we want to do what we can to make sure that he stays as happy as we can make him, so that he doesn't end up going that direction. I think we'll go ahead and accept his request. We'll go ahead and bring him into the colony. Did I? Oh, I hit reject, didn't I? Well, never mind then. Hopefully we'll come up with a new one again at some point here pretty soon. Darn it. My stupid eyes. I totally misread the thing that I clicked on. Go figure. Well, we'll hopefully get hit with one here pretty soon. That's okay. It was probably bad anyway. So right now, Cell was doing some sleeping. She's in bed now, but there was a dead turkey here. Did they take care of that? I guess they did. Yeah. Good. So Maverick is our night owl. He's currently out wandering around doing his thing. He's butchering up different animals that have been killed by the hunters. And I'm kind of not happy that the hunters haven't been actually bringing the dead bodies into here. But, you know, it is what it is. Cell is currently fishing again. So Young the Gatherer has just been inspired. She will work 2 times faster for the next 24 hours. Nice. Nice. Sometimes you get those little inspiration things that come along, and they will do extra work, or they will, do extra things. One of my favorites is having the shooter. Like if somebody has inspiration, they become like really more accurate. I think it's like 3 times as accurate for the next like 3 days or something like that. Whenever that happens, I always set them into hunt mode and make sure they're not doing any other jobs so that we can make use of that as much as possible. It's nice when that kind of thing happens when you have a raid going on. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got some space over here that I actually can't really build anything on. So what I'm going to do, at least for right now, is I'm going to create a stockpile zone over on this side of things. And as you can see, some of the spaces are going to be in mud, so it probably won't actually be used. But I'm going to create a stockpile zone here so that I can put some of the things that we have besides food and medicine and that kind of thing into a storage area. Because right now, as you can see, we've got a lot of wood that's laying around. There's probably some steel and that kind of thing that's on the map. We've got little bits of clothing and that sort of thing that are laying around. Well, what's happening is as time progresses and things are sitting outside non-roofed, they will decay. So as you can see right here, there's a little bit of a decay to this item because it's been sitting out in the elements. So it's not that bad when it comes to dead man's clothing because I don't want my people wearing it anyways. If they do, they get a really bad mood boost from it. But I can use it to store some of the other things that we have going on. And that way it doesn't decay just into rotting into nothingness. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up here real quick. We don't want any food in there. We'll take the manufactured things, but we'll modify it so that medicines and drugs are not in there. That way there's nothing exposed that needs to be frozen or anything like that. We're going to do raw resources, but we're not going to do plant matter because right now we have most of the plant matter coming in here into the freezer area. We'll modify that a little bit, though, just to make sure that we're not putting cotton in there and stuff. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. So, okay, and then, yeah, okay, there was cotton actually right over here. So, and we'll also put items, weapons, apparel, and we're going to leave chunks and corpses out of it. So now when the people start hauling things around, they're going to bring it over here. Now what I'm going to do as well, so that the stuff isn't just sitting there exposed, I'm going to expand the roof area of our facility here so that it covers this area. And that way they're going to come over and they're going to build a roof onto here. And that way the stuff isn't actually sitting out in the open, just exposed to the elements. So a little bit of a way to keep yourself from losing everything. And as you can see, yeah, they're starting to move the wood and that kind of thing over. Yeah, we've got some chunks of limestone and that kind of stuff just sitting around doing nothing. So these are newly harvested. I'm going to go ahead and designate those to be hauled urgently because I'd rather have the food be stored in the freezer faster than the wood appearing in the stock zone. So what do we have here? A caravan from Eastern Timothy Nation is approaching. They're a bulk goods trader. So once in a while you get visitors to your colony. They will come along and either help out with problems that you have, although most of the time it's not going to be something like that. Most of the time it's just they're passing through. They might have some items to trade. So as you can see, they're coming in here in a big way. They've got some muffalo with them. Right here is their trader. It has a little glowing question mark here. That means they have something for you. And in this case, it's actually items to trade. I've got my guy over here cooking. He's the negotiator. I'm going to go ahead and have him break from cooking and come up here to negotiate just to see what they have for sale. Let's see. So the way that it works is things that are on this side right here are items that they have to sell. Things that are on this side are things that we have to sell. This is the price that we would have to pay, or that we would earn for each of the items that are sold. This is the price we would have to pay if we wanted to buy those particular items. So they have jellyfish meat for sale. It's $1.77 per unit. We could sell our fish meat off if we wanted to. We can also sell some of the other meats that we've collected. I don't really want to do that, though. I prefer keeping the food for as long as we can. We've also got a lot of leather and skins that we could sell. But again, I'm going to keep it around for right now in case we, because we're going to eventually get a tailoring loom and that kind of thing set up so that we can start making parkas for the winter time. Winter is coming, and it's going to be really ugly when it gets here. So, do what? Jon Snow, is that you? Winter is coming, yes. So, I don't know. We could sell off the berries. See, right now we don't have any money that's in our storage. We do have about, I think, maybe 400 or so silver, which is the monetary unit that's used in the game. But since it's not actually in one of our storage areas right now, it doesn't count it as us having it. So technically, quote, we have money, but it's not actually available for us to buy. So if we wanted to buy anything that they've got, we would have to sell something at the same time. And there's not really anything that they have that we really need right now. Maybe this. No, I'm still. This ingredient right here is used to make any of the drugs that are in the game, including the medicines. And it's definitely an important resource to have, but I think we'll be okay for right now. Yeah, I think we'll be okay for right now. We don't really need anything from them at the moment, so we'll just go ahead and get back to work again. Who made money on this world? Well, silver is the item to trade in particular here. Hopefully they don't shoot over into this zone over here because these guys are standing around. You can accidentally hit like visitors and that kind of thing when they come to visit and you got people hunting. You can actually accidentally hit them and it will cause some major problems if you do. But yeah, not too worried about it. See right there we have some silver. They just haven't actually hauled it to the storehouse yet. There's a lot of wood laying around. Holy cow. How much wood do we have right now? We've got 975 wood. So what we can do, we've got right now 4 sleeping bedrooms for our colonists. We really do need to start making more because we will start to get more. Our guy is no longer inspired, so he's going to work more slowly again. But anyways, we will get more colonists, and we do need to make a area for a hospital and a prison because we will eventually be getting raided again. And if we don't actually kill the people, but they are injured to being down, we can capture them and possibly recruit them and stuff. So, okay, so this is a friendly AI from the past named Charlton Willstone. Sent you a message. He reveals there's a starship hidden on the planet and sends you the world coordinates. So what this is an opportunity for us to create a caravan and go travel across the planet to take part in a quest or item collection or things along those lines. We're definitely not ready for anything along those lines. So we're just going to go ahead and press OK and let it go. Because, yeah, we're definitely not prepared in any kind of way for anything along those lines. Hopefully these guys come over here and refuel this thing here pretty soon. Because we're currently running low on power. As you can see, our batteries have some stored power. And as time is progressing, the power levels are going down because this generator is not filled. So old Cell there is doing really good as far as fishing goes. She's been collecting quite a bit of stuff for us. So we have somebody over here. Oh, she's deciding that instead of fishing, she's going to go ahead and bury a corpse. So she's going up here to the mass grave area to bury whoever that was. Currently, we have 3 people out of 20 available in the graves there. So our colony is doing pretty good so far. Like I said, we should go ahead and set up facilities for the hospital and the prison. I think what we'll do, we'll kind of build it right in here. We can just kind of make use of this whole little area down here in the lower section. Just trying to kind of lay out the plans for it. I think what we could do is we could just go through the the freezer area for it. And then have them walk down in here. So yeah, that could work. That could work. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Kind of laying them out in a little bit of a 3x3-ish area, I guess that would be. Yeah, 3x3. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do it as 3x4, and that way we can have room for 2 prisoners, and then we'll have this be the hospital area right here, at least for right now. We'll probably expand it out again a little bit later, and we may need more room for hospital beds and stuff later on, but for right now, that should do the trick. I don't want to go too overboard on it at the moment. Ah, no, there's marsh there. I can't actually make use of it. Shoot. See, that's the one problem with building in or landing on an area like this. Kind of limits some of the things that you can do. What to do? If I go up here, I'm going to interfere with this growing area. I'm not going to be able to do anything over here, really. I suppose I could do it right in here, but I kind of had some plans that I was going to use at least this area of things. One of the mods I have is industrial. You can set up rollers and that kind of thing to have the colonists kind of roll things onto. And I guess I kind of built that badly anyways, didn't I? When I set things up. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let me see. I think I've got enough steel. I could actually do this. Let me make use of this. So this is a pretty cool little feature. Nope, not gonna need that. Gotta cancel that one. So what I'm doing is right now I'm laying out a pathway for the industrial rollers. And what this does, it's actually a really cool little mod. You can set up industrial rollers so that when colonists are dropping things in for a storehouse or something like that. Like for instance, let's say that they harvest a rice plant here. They will bring it to this roller right here, and then it will just roll it right over into the storeroom, so they don't have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's pretty cool. So I think we'll do that. Let's see what they can do with that. I'll have to set up a couple other things as we go, but this'll do a little bit for a start. We should have enough steel for it. I don't see that being a problem. But what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to kind of clear out the trees from up in here, and I think I can make use of this whole area up in here for the hospital and all that kind of stuff. Can you rob people in the game? Yes, absolutely. If people come in to do visiting, you can actually attack them and steal everything that they have. It's not really the best idea, depending on what you want to do as far as your faction is concerned. Just got to remember that if you do decide to attack them, that faction is going to grow to hate you really quickly. And that's not always the best idea. Depending on how many people in the world hate you, you'll start getting raided a lot. Speaking of visitors, we have another group from the Eastern Tenothene Nation coming here. So as you can see, there's little power things going on right here on these rollers. Each one of the rollers does require a power source. So the rollers can eat up a lot of your power if you have a whole lot of them going. I'm not sure why they're not storing the fish in here. Did I set this up to be allowing the fish to be there? I thought I did. Yeah. So it looks like perhaps we are out of steel. No, we do still have some. It would say that it was out of materials if we didn't. I guess they are working on it. They're just kind of doing their own things first. I don't want you relaxing. I want you working. Okay, so we got a mad animal. A local squirrel has gone mad. It's going to attack everything that it sees. So you got to watch out for those deadly squirrels. They will mess with you. And that squirrel apparently did not last very long. Did not last very long at all. So the visitors are just kind of lazing around sleeping. I guess that is appropriate. So if you guys are enjoying this so far, this is Rimworld. It's a very fun game. It's available on Steam for purchase. It's right now in beta status, but I'll tell you what, for being a beta, it's actually one of the best betas that I've played. I've probably got 185-ish hours played in the game. And I've actually been playing it for, well, since it first came out in alpha status. It's a lot of fun. It's different, you know. It's a colony simulator. It's definitely a different kind of game, but I find it to be a lot of fun. It's kind of based on the old game Dwarf Fortress, which is an absolutely fun game. It's not really an old game. It's still actually in development, but Dwarf Fortress is sort of the ultimate colony simulation kind of game as well. It's one of the first ones that was out there, and this is sort of based on that, and I like the game Dwarf Fortress a lot, but it's not really one that I can play very well anymore, mostly because of the way that my vision problems are. It's a very, very text heavy kind of game, so it's a little bit difficult for me to do. There was a spaceship chunk laying there, and I didn't even realize it, so I went ahead and ordered those guys to deconstruct the starship chunk. We can get components out of it. As you can see, we got a little bit of steel and some components out of it. So these guys are not doing very much work as far as this goes. Yeah, okay. See, yeah, they are out of steel now. So let's do this. Let's take a look around the map, because we've got these guys as you know, a couple of really good miners. I'm going to go ahead and look around the map here, and I'm going to designate some areas that have steel and components to be mined out. That way we can start collecting the steel a little bit more. We're going to encounter some difficulty, though, because there's not a lot of hills in this map. So pretty swiftly we're going to run out, I think. I'm just kind of like looking around the edges here. See right here, this right here would be machinery. So the compacted machinery, that is the components that are used basically to build anything that's mechanical, requires components. So I'm just kind of looking around right now, seeing if there's any steel. Yep, see, okay, there's some steel. We'll go ahead and designate this to be mined. I hope we can find some more that's pretty easily accessible. It's luck of the draw, literally. Sometimes you get lucky and there's steel all over the place, and then sometimes you have to work really hard at getting it. So there's another big patch of it there. If I can't find a whole lot, what's that? Is that salt? No, that's silver ore. Oh, okay. Well, we can mine that out and use that to buy stuff. But if we don't get too lucky as far as finding stuff to mine goes, we will build a quarry, which is not as effective as, you know, finding it in these batches like this, but it does work. It'll get you by. There's some plasteel there, which is more of a higher level component. It's required in some of the higher end machinery and weapons and that kind of thing. Let's designate that one. Yeah, we're finding a pretty decent amount of steel. We should be able to get by for a little while with this. So I'm basically setting as much of it as I can. They'll come up and they'll mine it as they get the opportunity and haul it back over to the colony. Not too bad. I'm glad that we saw the plasteel up there too, because that'll definitely be helpful later. Okay, well, I think that, well, oh, there's a nice big chunk there too. Okay. I think that'll do for now. So let me make sure I've got the people set to mine. Yeah, these two, Maverick and Cell, they should start mining. I'm going to turn her fishing down so that she stops fishing and actually works on mining primarily. We'll set her plant cut to that as well. It sounds like somebody's getting attacked here. Yeah, Margot, the scientist, has gone berserk. So that was a visitor. One of the visitors decided to become an ass and start hitting my puppy. What the heck? Get off her. Get off Furious. Hey. Yeah, start attacking your own people. Poor puppy. She's pregnant, too. Beating up a pregnant dog. How crappy of a person do you have to be? Beating up a pregnant dog. We just knocked him out. Hey, get off my dog. That's, you guys. Seriously. Get off my dog. Wake up. Come here. Over here and tear this guy up. Get over here. Get out of there, dog. Knocked my dog out. Knocked my damn dog out. Get out of here. Y'all are evicted. Can we come over here and help this dog? I don't even have any animal sleeping spots set up, do I? Yeah, I gotta set that up real quick. Hold on just a second. Let me pop a few of those in here. That way somebody can actually go and rescue her. What are you doing with him? Yeah, carry him away. There you go. You're the one that beat him up. So who do I have as my animal handler? Because they're the ones that need to come and heal her. Heal Cowboy. They're our little husky dog. Yeah. Okay, she's coming down here to heal up Maverick because he got a little bit of bruised up going. Yeah, okay, so she's automatically tending to the critters there. Can't believe that asshole. Okay, so Maverick's fully healed. Can't believe he beat up my dogs, man. That's just crappy. So we're starting to get some nice amount of harvest coming along. What? Hair meat? How are we losing hair meat? Oh, crap. You know what? I didn't even realize. All right, let's do this. We got to cancel that, and we got to rebuild the structure there because with that the roller thing, they already deconstructed the wall here, so everything's just been everything here has just been it's been letting the cold out, so now our things are starting to rot. Yep, see, there it goes. There goes all our damn food. Son of a bitch. Oh gosh, we lost so much food there. Oh jeez, that makes me so mad. So much food gone. See how frustrating this game can get sometimes? I'm telling you. I'm gonna have these guys haul these leathers out of here because it's holding the doors open too, which is not helping the cold situation either. That's just frustrating. Beating up our dogs, we're losing our meat. This is not good. This doth not bode well. See how this game can go sometimes. I'm telling you, it can get really frustrating. Really frustrating. So I'm setting things up right now. I'm just kind of pre-planning out what I'm going to do as far as the hospital and the prison area goes. Gonna have to do things in kind of a weird way because of this pre-built structure here. I don't want to tear it up too much. I mean, we're gonna have to tear down basically this section right here. I don't want to deconstruct the lamp, at least not yet. Well, no, I will. I'll just uninstall it. That way we don't really lose any of the steel that it took to make it, since we're kind of running short on it right now. And then I'll finish out the structure here like this. So they're hauling, they're starting to build the rollers again here. So they've actually got it completed up to this point right here. I'm going to wait until they finish building all of it before I start setting everything else up here. But this should make things, it'll be kind of like a little bit of a quality of life thing for us in the very near future here, since we're starting to get a lot of food going. So we should, I'm going to try this again, we should have enough steel on hand to build the roller that goes through the wall. I think I'll go ahead and do that here real quick. Let me prioritize things here real fast. We're gonna, yeah, okay, they're already constructing that one. I know it's risking things a little bit, but we do have to build that no matter what. I'm just hoping that they can do it quick enough that the food isn't going to completely rot away here. Spoils in less than a day. See, they gotta hurry. Come on, let's get a move on. There you go. Did it get? Yes. Okay, good. It got completed. So the freezer should be refreezing again here pretty quickly. It is. Yes. Okay, good. So okay, you see how items are starting to come down here. So this, we're gonna have to take care of this here real quick. But basically, what we just did was we completed the industrial rollers to bring items from these channels right here over into the freezer area. So what I'm going to do, I need to build one more industrial roller. That's going to go right here. And then I'm going to designate a couple of new zones. So the new zones are going to be, I'll put, let's see, we'll set that up there, that up there. And let's go ahead and do one right here, and one right here, and we'll do another one right here. So basically what I'm going to do, these these storage zones, they're going to be used only to do these raw foods. So let me do that here real quick. I'm gonna clear everything out of the storage ability. We're gonna put raw food. We're not gonna do meat because meat I want to be taken over here into this area from that, right? So we don't want meat there because they'll just take the meat out and keep moving it back and forth. I've seen them do it. So we're gonna do. Yeah, let's just do all the vegetarian there. I'm going to turn some of the stuff off, though, that we'll be doing later. Some of this stuff, even though it's actually constructed in the food prep tables, it's still considered to be raw food because it's used in other recipes. So I want to make sure to turn those off. Don't want any ingredients. Don't want any of the animal stuff. So it's going to literally be just those raw foods like that. Okay, so that's that one there that we've got set up. Now what we can do to make things easy is we can copy the settings of this storage area here and paste it into all of these other little storage areas that we created. So now they're going to have the same settings. Okay. And we need to wait for this other roller to be completed building where this item is. What is that one? Rice. Where this rice is sitting right here. See, they just finished building that. So we're gonna also put another storage zone right there. Sorry, I gotta delete that. So it had this as its setting there for a moment. So we're going to create another one, though. No, see that. I don't want it to equal it. Okay, let's do this. We'll take that away for a moment. Okay, so we're going to have that be its own stockpile. We're going to paste the settings there. Okay, so now let's rebuild this other one here. There we go. So basically what we're doing, because of the way the industrial rollers work, as the roller comes along and it brings the raw items along the roller, it's going to drop them right here, and that's going to be pulled into this storage area here. So what we need to do right now, these are kind of designated a little weirdly, but let's... it's because this wood is right here. Basically everything that was in place when we started the rollers moving got put here. So we have to make sure those get hauled away before the rollers will start moving again. Because right now the wood is not designated to be stored here. You see what I mean? So they need to move these away before the roller starts moving again. And you see the items just boop, boop, went right over here into the frozen section. So as soon as they move this piece of limestone out of the way, these other items here are going to go ahead and be moved directly there whenever they get to it. We should go ahead and push them to do it, though. Yeah, he's relaxing. Get to work. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There's no place to haul the chunks. Let me set up a dumping stockpile. So this is going to be a stockpile zone that's dedicated just to dumping like useless items to. We'll just go ahead and put it here like this. And let's see, we don't want it set to have corpses and that kind of stuff. No foods, nothing along those lines. I said no foods. So we're going to set it to chunks. That's the stone chunks and steel slag and all of that kind of stuff. And no corpses. We don't want corpses to be stored there. So now they should be able to move this item if I prioritize it. Now, see again, boom, boom. The food just went right on into there. So that's what's really handy with these industrial rollers. They make it so that the items that you haul don't have to be traveling so far. You can just have them boop, boop, boop right here onto this little zone right here. And it's just going to go ahead and travel there. So they don't have to keep walking back and forth and back and forth. It's such a big waste of their time. So I'm trying to use their time more efficiently. So we're going to set these items up to haul rapidly, haul urgently. And we should start seeing them move these things over here onto the belts so that they get taken over there reasonably quickly. Yep, see, they're just dropping it right on there. It's quicker for them to walk here than to over here. So they'll always take the path of least resistance. If this area right here is faster for them to walk onto than going all the way over here to the storage area, then that's what they'll do. And if it's faster for them to actually, walk it all the way over here, then that's what they'll do as well. So, yeah, it makes things a lot easier. I definitely recommend this mod. It's a really nice one. I've had no compatibility issues or anything like that with it. So it definitely makes things a little bit easier. And you can do some pretty cool things with it. It's got, you can not only do like this little hauling thing here, but in fact, if I wanted to, I could set up with the industrial thing, there's these growing zone pullers, so that instead of having somebody actually come and do the hauling away, like coming and harvesting the plant, the industrial roller actually harvests it automatically. But it's a lot of steel. Right now we are kind of running short on it. I don't necessarily want to make use of it at the moment. So So now we're starting to get a pretty nice amount of food coming in. As you can see, we've got a lot of rice, a lot of potatoes. I'm starting to get pretty comfortable as far as the food storage thing is concerned. Animal starvation. Okay. Are they not making kibble? Why are they not? Why is an animal? Why are you starving, animal? There's 300 kibble sitting around. Do I not have a? Oh, I see. It's because he's still over here resting, and nobody's actually tending to him a bit. Cell, you are my. Yeah. He's starving because he's waiting there to heal, and since he hasn't healed all the way and nobody's brought him food, that's why it's doing that. Fall has officially begun, which means that we really need to start working harder to make sure that we're getting the ability to have cold clothing that's good for, against the cold. We've got just a very short period of time. So I'll tell you what we're going to have to do here. Okay, we're going to make a tailor bench. Normally I like to set up a little area for people to work in. I'm just going to have to do it this way right now because we really need to get this done. So I'm going to go ahead and set this right here as a tailor bench. Do I have anybody that's set to tailor? She's a pretty good tailor, I guess. Because winter is going to be here really soon. So we need to start making parkas. They take a little bit of time to make. And as you can see, the temperature outside is starting to drop. So we're going to need it pretty quickly. So they're building it right now. I'm just having them make it out of wood since that's what we have the most of. If you make it out of other things, like if you make it out of steel or something like that, sometimes it can be a little bit more efficient. But again, we needed to make it quickly. So I'm going to set this tailor bench to be making parkas, which are really good against winter. I'm going to make 5 of them. We've got 4 colonists right now. I'm going to make 5 of them just so in case we have another colonist that joins us and they are naked or something like that, then they can make use of that really rapidly. I'm also going to make pants, and let's do a couple of t-shirts as well. I'm making enough clothing for each of the colonists to be able to change their outfits completely if it is necessary. So I turned her. She was right now. She was like doing a lot of the hunting, so she's been hunting and all that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna have her just do tailoring right now. So I'm actually gonna turn her hauling down as well. That way she should come up. Yeah, right there, making parka. So she's going to go ahead and start working on that. Now I'm also going to, you see how there's a limestone chunk here? I'm going to designate that to haul it urgently. And what I'm going to do is actually build her a little stool. Well, let's make it a nice chair here. And I'm going to put it right there where she stands and works all the time. That way, when she's working on the product there, she's getting a nice positive mood lit because she's nice and comfortable. So she just built her own chair, and now she's making the parka. So we should see if we go here to her needs. Yep, comfortable. So she's getting a +4 to her mood just because she's sitting in a nice comfy chair. So it helps, especially when you have somebody that's working at one of these little production facilities. It helps to keep their mood elevated so that they tend to work a little bit longer. So somebody asked in the chat room about robots. So I don't have any of the robots yet. I will be making them as the game progresses and as I get the items to be able to make it. But the robots, you can have the robots do different jobs. Like you can have robots that are specifically geared to clean everything. So they'll clean the floors and the walls and everything. You can also do ones that haul for you. So they will go out and haul any items that are around. There's ones that actually work as emergency situations. So if somebody is hurt and they need rescued, they'll go out and pick the person up and take them to your hospital zone. There's also the builders, which will construct everything for you, and crafters, which will actually, if for instance I didn't have a tailor, the robot would be making these parkas and everything. And then there's also the kitchen worker, which will kind of do the basic foods. See, we got a shooting accuracy with him. I might have him go out and hunt then. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have him go and hunt, at least for a little bit here, since he's got the extra shooting accuracy. But anyways, so that way, the kitchen one, it'll build like simple meals and kind of the lower level meals, and it will also go out and haul items from the growing zone as well. So the robots are really nice to kind of supplement what's going on with your colony. They won't replace colonists, but they will do a fair amount of work for you. So yeah, they're not too bad. The robots are a part of the mod as well, so it's another mod that I've got for the game. Again, I'm setting these plants to be hauled urgently because they're going to start deteriorating here pretty quickly. So yeah, we need to save as much food as we can because, again, winter is coming. But right now we're doing okay. We've got 61 simple meals that are made right now. As soon as this kind of ends a little bit, his shooting spree and that kind of thing, in fact, I'll go ahead and designate that for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and have them do other types of meals as well. So kind of the more lavish meals, so that they can get some nice bonuses. They get nice moods and that kind of thing because they ate a really nice meal and that sort of thing. So we're going to set up for stir fry, some pots of stew. And what's nice with this is they make them like either 4 or 8 at a time, so they don't take a whole lot of time to create. Let's see. Okay, so I'm also going to go to the food prep table here, and I'm going to have them also make cornmeal. So they can take that corn that has been harvested. Like I've got 600-ish corn right now. They can take the corn, and instead of eating the corn raw or using it in another meal, I can have them grind it into cornmeal, so that then I can make a more elaborate type of thing that's more nutritious out of the cornmeal. So let's see, it'd be onto this table here. It's polenta. Where's the polenta? I know I've got polenta on here somewhere. Well, I should have them do some sushi too. Thinking about it, because we've got a lot of that fish sitting around. That's going to require a few things, though. Any sort of fish, meat, rice, and vegetable. Well, we've got plenty of rice, so I'll go ahead and set that to make 35 of them. Yeah, there's the polenta. See, I knew it was somewhere. So polenta is made out of cornmeal. And it's more nutritious than just eating the cornmeal itself. It's also more nutritious than just eating the corn itself. But the polenta can also then be used to make other things. So it's sort of a base. So for instance, tacos. Tacos is made out of cornmeal. I can't make those yet because I don't have cheese making at this point in time. Do I, Crystal? Tacos, they are wonderful things, yes. Well, we'll just go ahead and stick with the polenta for right now. Maybe it's under here. Let me see. Okay, actually, it'd be better to do it here because I can make bulk polenta out of the cornmeal. So I'll go ahead and do that this way. And then I'll cancel the polenta here because they're only going to make it 2 at a time here. And if I did it as the bulk, they'll make it 20 at a time there. So that'll set us up for they'll start processing this stuff here as they go. Yeah, we're getting a pretty nice amount of food. We've got 1,100 potatoes. That's a lot of potatoes. I think we're set for potatoes for a while. Yeah, they don't have burritos, but they have the tacos. I don't know why they don't have the burritos there, Daryl. Yeah, the game is really fun. I get a big kick out of it. I'm a big sort of simulation game fan, and I'm also a big fan of like tycoon kind of games, like I don't know, just as an example, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Prison Architect, that kind of thing. This sort of hits a lot of those buttons. It really does. It's a very cool game. It's really in depth, even just as it is. But then when you add in the mods to it, it just makes it even that much more interesting. So, like for example, the robots, they don't come in the base game. They are part of the mod that I've got. A lot of the animal stuff and that kind of thing. It's also part of the mods. So now that we've got the rollers completed and they're kind of starting to do a nice amount of work, I'm going to go ahead and do the structuring here for our hospital and our prison, because we definitely need to get that stuff set up. I need to figure out how I want to work it. So the hospital, I think we can have be about that size, and it's going to be a really nice sized hospital. Sometimes you get problems where you are, kind of having 3 or 4 colonists needing medical attention immediately. So that we can set that up like that. Now, as far as the prison goes, okay, well, we can have one be a little bit bigger than the other. Not too big of a deal. I think for right now, we'll be okay with just 2 prison rooms. Did I do that too far? I did. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think I did it too far when I set it all up, didn't I? Damn my eyes. Yeah. Okay. So we'll actually be okay as far as the sizing goes. It'll be a 3. 3 for both of them. I just like symmetry. You know, I'm not a fan of asymmetrical things. We'll put the doors there as far as the prison goes, and we'll set that door up there for the hospital. Now, the one thing I'm going to have to do pretty rapidly here is we're going to have a little bit of a problem if I do not take care of something with this vent right here, this cooler. You see how one side has the blue, one side has the red. That means that the coolness is going to be coming out of this side, and the heat that it pulls out of that and the heat that the cooler itself generates is going to be coming out of this side. So if I don't set something up in this room to take care of the heat in here is going to get really freaking hot really quickly. As you can see, the temperature in this room is rising because this vent is right here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to make use of the heat. And again, because winter is coming, we're going to need a decent amount of heat sources anyway. So let me go to temperature here. We have vents that we can install into the buildings. So I'm going to set up some vents to vent off some of the warmth from this room right here. And it's going to vent it into wherever we set the vents up. So if we set a vent up here, then it's going to drag some of that heat over into here. And that's going to overflow that heat over into here. And it's going to overflow that heat over into here. So these rooms, as they heat up, the warmth is going to be coming into here, which is good. Which is good. I think I'm also going to do... let me see. Nah, never mind. It won't be very effective for me to do that. Sometimes what I do with the coolers of my colonies is I set them up for dragging all of the warmth, you know, kind of like I set up a channel that goes like a wall that's in between the walls. And I use vents to bring the heat from these coolers over into the rest of the facility. And I usually do the same as well for my generators, the wood-fired generators, because they as well bring a lot of heat into the business. So by the time everything's said and done and the heat's spreading everywhere, their rooms are not very hot, but the rest of the facility is getting the warmth from that particular set of vents and that kind of thing. I can't really do that very well here, though, just because of the way that I have things set up, because I had to deal with this stupid mud pit that I'm surrounded by. So the way that I'm building this is a lot different than how I usually do it. The rooms are starting to get a little bit... oh, we've got an escape pod. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so we've detected an escape pod that landed nearby. If anyone survived the impact, they'll be badly wounded. Now I can rescue them and bring them to my colony. We'll put them in the hospital that we're currently building. We'll put them in the hospital and try to heal them. And if they're satisfied with what we do, they'll actually offer to join our colony. So let's take a look and see what he has as his traits and everything. In case he does want to join, we're going to need to know sort of what he's about before then. So he was a shelter child. And he was a bodyguard. He's industrious, which means that he works a lot faster than normal. He's too smart, though, which means that his learning factor is really high. So he learns skills really quickly. But he also is much more apt to break quicker than anybody else. He's also a misogynist. distrusting women and dislikes them. So that might be a problem with some of the female colonists, of which we have currently 3. He's also an optimist, though, which gives him a better mood boost for his entire life. But he also has an annoying voice, which means that it's kind of grating to the other colonists that hear him talk. So he might, with him being a misogynist and having an annoying voice on top of it, he's probably apt to start a lot of fights in the colony. We might actually have a little bit of a problem. Little bit of a problem with this guy if he decides to join the colony. And he's naked. He's wearing nothing. He's totally naked. So you can see why I have the parkas and stuff being created. So, well, let's go ahead and do this. I think we're almost finished. Yeah, we've finished with the creation of the rooms here. So I'm going to go ahead and set up some beds in this area. Put a couple of them just kind of reasonably closely together. This will be enough for right now. They're going to come in and build the beds. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to select the beds and we're going to designate these as being for medical purposes only. So, now I can have one of the colonists go and, yeah, I'll have this one do it. I'll have the colonist come and rescue the person that dropped, and they'll bring them to the facility here. They'll bring them to the hospital. I'm also going to need to put a couple of lights in here, too. Oh, wait, there was one right there. That's right. I forgot I installed it. I guess we'll just put it right there for right now. So our hospital facility is not very sanitary. There are trees that are growing in it, which means that if somebody's treated there in the hospital, they might be apt to actually get infections more often because the facility is not sterile at all. But we'll go ahead and see what we can do to take care of some of that problem. So hopefully you guys are enjoying watching this so far. This is Rimworld. It's a pretty fun simulation game. I get a big kick out of it. It's pretty interesting. Some of the things that happen in it are pretty twisted. The random is definitely a thing in this game. See, why is that? Why is that wood there? Let's get that out of there. There we go. That way the goodies can come here into the facility. So we've got almost 2,000 potatoes and almost 1,200 rice, which means we're definitely doing well on food. If we get a trader that comes by, we can actually sell off a lot of that to get some cash. Okay, so Clay, the bodyguard, is no longer incapable of walking, so his injuries are healing. He's not as bad off as he was. So my people are doing a pretty good job taking care of him. My throat's getting a little dry. Okay, so he's grateful for the rescue, and he'd like to stay at our colony. So now we can have the choice. We already took a look at him. We know his skills aren't the best, but he's not too bad. We can accept it. So I guess let me get the thoughts from the chat room here. Should we accept him and take the risk with how his attitude is towards women and the possibility of him having a mental break pretty quickly? Should we accept him or should we reject him? What do you guys think? Let's see if we can get some info quick here so that we can move on with the game. Anybody? Anybody? Going once? Going thrice? going 18,566,000 times. So remember, if he has a problem, we can take care of the problem, but well, we already have 3 women. Maverick is like completely alone in a swath of hormones right now. So in a swath of estrogen. So I'm probably going to get beat up by the women for that one. But right now he's the only male in the colony. So if we do accept this guy, he is a misogynist. He distrusts women. He might cause a couple of issues with the women that are here. Yeah, I mean, we can always close him off in a cave somewhere and let him die if it's necessary at a later time. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's accept him. Right now he's naked. He's very unhappy because of his nudity. He doesn't have a bed of his own. He's got a break risk going on already because he's in a very poor mood. So let's see right now. He's very naked, so he's very unhappy there. He's experiencing acute pain because he's not quite healed up from everything that he went through on the impactful landing. Let's see. His skills are pretty well suck overall. Really, the only skill that he's going to be really useful for is the intellectual, which is doing research. He's not too bad of a shooter. He's kind of okay at melee. And he's okay at the social, but everything else he's very much meh with. So I think what we can do, let me do this here real quick. I'll go to my production tab and I'll go ahead and build a research table. It'll be a simple research table for right now. It's going to take up a lot of space. I'm going to set up another facility for doing crafting and stuff like that here in just a little bit, but I'm going to set that up and we can go ahead and start doing some research to get other things opened up. So here's actually the first time I've shown the research window to you guys. And basically what this means, each of these things are things that we can research, and it will give us new things that we can either build or make use of in some kind of way. So, for instance, if we want to do smithing to create weapons and that kind of thing of our own, we have to learn smithing, and it's going to cost a certain amount of research points or a certain amount of research time to learn that particular skill or piece of research. Again, if we want to learn recurve bows, we can use this one right here. But if we want to learn great bows, we have to learn both recurve bows and smithing because it requires things from both. So you see how it goes. Different things require different precursors, and it's all part of this big tree. So if we do want to build robots at some point in time, which we probably will build like at least a cleaner, we're going to have to learn not just the simple cleaner, but also the microelectronics basics, smithing, and machining first before we can get into any kind of robotics stuff. And that's quite a bit of things to learn as we go. And as you can see there, the research tree and the things that are available is just, it's huge. It's massive. There are a lot of things that you can do in this game, up to and including building an entire new spaceship, going out into the universe and trying to recolonize somewhere else. So let me take a look and see what I want to learn. One of the first things I like to learn is Agriculture 1 because it gives new plants to grow, including snow beets, which can grow in the wintertime, and beans, which we can make cheese out of. Basically, you can make tofu out of the soybeans, and then out of that tofu, you make cheese. So it gives a better quality of life for their eating purposes because they're eating more complex meals, and it's much more nutritious for them. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to research. That'll be the first thing that we research. And you see it's got number 1 right here. Now, the reason why my research tree looks the way that it does is because of one of the mods that I have. And the nice thing with it, I think it's called Research Buddy, Research Pal, something like that. And the reason why it's got the little number 1 beside it there is because you can actually set, unlike the base game research tab, you can set this to research things in a row. So normally when you set things to research, it will research it and then it'll bring the list up again so that you have to choose then the next stage and blah, 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 blah. So this makes it so that you don't have to do that every time. It will just keep on researching until it reaches the end of the amount of things that you've designated. I'm going to also research simple crates because this, or stockpile crates, because this makes storage a lot easier in the long run. And it's another mod as well. So, okay, I'll start off with those two. Those will be good to start off with. So as soon as the research building or table gets done here, I'm going to have the new guy, Clay, start doing that. So I'm gonna also set him up here for his goodies. He's not skilled at all as a doctor. We don't want him doctoring because he will kill people. No handling because you're lousy at handling too. No wardening, no cooking, no hunting, no fishing. We're literally just going to have him do the research. So we're going to have his research set to 1. We're going to set the haul to 1 as well, so that if need be, he can go around and haul goodies. I'm going to set his cleaning to 2, and that way if there's nothing to haul and he's not in the mood to research, he'll likely do some cleaning. So that's literally the only thing that he's going to be good for is researching, cleaning, and hauling. So I also, at this point, I'm going to need to get a room set up for him because right now he's unhappy because he doesn't have a bed. There's literally no beds right now that are available. These 3 beds are here, but they're set up as hospital beds. So I'm going to turn this one off for right now. He's going to go ahead and choose to sleep there for right now. But we do need to build him his own bedroom and stuff like that. But again, we're encountering the problem where we can't actually build everywhere in our little zone here. Let me just test a couple of things here. Yeah, see that whole area right here is unbuildable. Oh, that's a pain. What about this? See, that is too. So where exactly does our unbuildable area begin here? Yeah, so basically right here is where we're going to be able to start building again. Well, we can do that. Let's go ahead and I guess do that here. We can set up a few rooms, I guess, to the side. This might not actually be too bad of a thing. 1, 2, 3. Just, again, setting up a basic room. So this will be kind of 2 more bedrooms right here. Let me cancel these for right now. I'm gonna try. Darn it! See, I'm so aggravated that most of this stuff is unbuildable. That's really annoying. It really throws a wrench at my monkey. Oh, there's plasteel here. I didn't even know that. I better set that to mine out. We're gonna need the plasteel for sure at some point in time here, really soon. And in fact, let me see. If I do this, I can make use of that little square area that I'm creating there. He's wearing turkey leather pants. That works. So right now he's resting over here, and he's resting in the hospital bed because he's still injured. So once this area here, once they've got this area cleaned out a little bit. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, that's still the message. Okay. Who's idle? Why are you idle, Furco? Did you get done building everything? You're not done building it. Why are you idle? You're not even done building everything over here. Get over here and work. No path. What? Is that dining chair interfering with it? Did I make a mistake on that? Why does it have no... What are you talking about? What do you mean there's no path? The people walked right there. How is there no path? Oh, great. Time for a raid. They appear unusually clever with their tactics as well. Lovely. All right, well, let's see what they got here. He's got a short bow. He's got a short bow. He's got a limestone club, and he's got an Iqua, which is another melee weapon. So short bows, that might pose a little bit of a problem. How far away are they here? They're pretty close. Okay, well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and recruit everybody here, and we're gonna bring them. I think right. Yeah. Just trying to think of the best way to position them here. Hopefully they come up this way. I'm not sure if they're going to or not. Where are they? Did I lose them? Where'd they go? Darn my eyes. They're there. Oh, they're going to come around this way, aren't they? Let's see. We got to kind of watch them here for a second. Yep, they're going to go around that way. Okay, so we got to come over here. No, don't walk that way. You dorks. Come this way. Where are you going? Come up this way. My peoples, they're Dorcases Maximuses. Why are you just standing there, Furco? Oh, crap. I know why she's got no path. It's because there's no door here yet. Good job, dork. Oh, good Lord. We gotta undesignate her here real quick. This is gonna be a problem. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This was really dumb of me. Really dumb of me. Yeah. Okay, you guys come here. You guys come up here. Maverick's already getting his crap beat out of him. And now they're lighting things on fire. They just lit my industrial rollers on fire. Good job. Good job, guys. Way to go. Well, we already killed one of them, and he's kind of traveling on the industrial roller. Okay, well, they're fleeing. Let's go ahead and see what we can do to take care of the rest of them here. We might be able to take out one of them. Get out of here. I got really dumb there for a minute, didn't I? That's okay. Boom. Okay, knocked him out. I don't know where the other one went. I'm not going to worry about him. All right, let's let them get back to doing what they're doing here. I can't believe I forgot to do that. That explains why he wasn't able to get to the tailoring thing, because there was no door for him to get out of. It's kind of important to get out of a room. Let's go put the fire out before you guys consume your meals. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell you, sometimes this game. All right, well, we need to set up doors here. Why didn't you guys tell me I forgot to put a door there? You probably did, and I just didn't see it. Yeah, I would build a wall around the attackers, but they wouldn't be able to complete it fast enough with the attacks that are coming in and stuff. It's actually it doesn't work very well that way. So, okay, so Cell is one of my doctors, and she's currently not treating herself. I don't know. Let me. Hello. What the heck happened? Oh, okay, I see. Well, that was weird. Kind of freaked myself out there. I'm like, what the crap did I just do? Okay, so Furco is eating. She's gonna go to bed here in a second. Let's go ahead and have Cell come up here and tend to her, because she's in pretty bad shape at the moment. I don't even know what happened to her here. Yeah, she got cut and stabbed and bruised. So not too bad, but she was bleeding out. So it's a good thing we did that. Did Maverick get taken care of? He did not. He's still bleeding. Cell, come over here and treat him, because he's still bleeding to death. So Clay is having a major break risk happening. I'm not sure why. What's your problem here? In pain, urgently hungry, feeling bad. It's an awful hospital. Yeah, it's an awful hospital. There's trees growing out of the middle of my hospital at the moment. He needs to be fed. He's urgently hungry, so we'll go ahead and have Cell take care of that here real fast. And Cell, is your wounds taken care of? No, your wound isn't taken care of either yet. We gotta take care of that too. Who else do we have set as a doctor? Young. Yeah, we can have Young come over and tend to her. There we go. So now everybody at least is treated. So people are healing up, they're recovering. I think the one guy that got injured down here, he died. Yeah, he died. That's okay. I didn't have the prison and everything set up yet entirely either anyways, so it's all good. It's all good. Some people are having break risks and that kind of thing. But again, you know, that happens. Let's see if we can chop down the trees in these rooms here. I don't think I have anybody prioritizing on the plant cutting. That's why these things haven't been getting done. But I have other things that I've been wanting to get done first, so. Let's see. We got enough hunting happening. We got plenty of food for right now, so we don't really have to have anybody hunting at the moment. We'll go ahead and turn those down for right now. And we're starting to get a little low on meals, so we do need to go ahead and have someone set to cook again. Clay, shut up. Quit your complaining. You got one job. Why are you complaining? So I guess we can go ahead and reinstall the chair here since we figured out what the issue was. Did I set the chair up to be set in the wrong way? I think I did. There we go. So hopefully you guys are enjoying things so far. If you guys are interested, I do radio shows as well. My shows air on Thursdays and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys can tune in right here to listen to those shows and watch us as we do our thing. I'm also on from 8 o'clock p.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. on Sunday nights. So make sure you guys tune in for those things. If you guys want to visit my website, it's at openeyesnetwork.com. I have all the archives of all of my shows. I've got a lot of stuff, great things available for you guys there. So make sure you check that out. And if you want to look into my books, I am an author, and I write science fiction, fantasy, horror, speculative fiction, all kinds of stuff. You guys can look at that stuff over at my website, originalworlds.com. I'd love for you guys to check it all out, see what you guys can get out of it. It's a lot of fun, I think. I like to play these games after I do a big writing session just to kind of clear my head and do something different, you know, to clear the brain out a little bit. Why are these things not... Oh, because there's a club in the way. There we go. So these industrial rollers work really well. It definitely simplifies things to get things into where they belong. We got some turtle eggs in there. That's cool. I wonder how the asthmatic turtle is doing. Remember the last time we played, we discovered there was a poor little turtle on the map that had asthma, and we decided not to kill him. A couple of pregnant alpacas. Well, I finished doing the t-shirt bill. That's good. A lot of female hares running around. I noticed there was a bunch of them there on the map. Boy, there's a lot of... Holy cow, what is up with the bunny rabbits? The bunnies have been going... Look at all the... Oh my goodness, that is a lot of bunny rabbits. Holy cow, they definitely are fulfilling their stereotypical ways here. Goodness. Oh my, it's another raid already. Oh my goodness, we just finished healing from the last one. The mindless whales are attacking us again. That is a lot of them here too. Oh goodness. We might be in a little bit of trouble here. Especially since he's got a pistol. That's a pistol too. Bolt action rifle. A machine pistol. An auto pistol. And a club. And they all have really good armor too. We might be in trouble. We might just be in a lot of trouble here. So right now they are set up to kind of wander around down here at the bottom of the map, and they will not attack us for a little bit. They're kind of preparing their attack. So we can either wait around until they're ready and set ourselves up, or go and attack them preemptively, which I really don't want to do. This may be the end of the Roughnecks, guys. I'm just kind of giving you that warning here. This may be the end of the Roughnecks. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here real quick while we're paused for a moment while I think. We might be in some trouble. So trying to think of where we can make our stand. Because we really don't have any defenses set up yet. Tell you what, let me see if I can do this here real quick. I may not be able to though, because the goodies are not here. The steel is not up here in the area yet. Let me see if I can build a couple of sandbags here real fast. Do I have any steel in storage? There's a little bit. Nope, that's silver. Oh, crap. Which means they're going to have to wander around the map to get the steel. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, let's have everybody wake up and get to work here. You guys need to get to work, like, now. These guys are going to kind of roam around here for a few minutes. They're going to attack here pretty quickly, though, so... yeah. Okay, yep, here they come. All right, we couldn't get the sandbags built in time. I think we're going to hang out right around the corner here. Clay is currently asleep. I'm going to go ahead and recruit. He's unarmed at the moment. I'm going to recruit him and have him basically just go and stand right here in that room as sort of a defensive position. Yeah. Wish us luck, guys. Some of them are going around this way. We got one of them coming up this way. Get them down quick. Oh, they're fleeing. Okay, good. Okay. I'm surprised. I am very surprised. Good job, Roughnecks. Good job. I am proud of you guys. I am proud of you guys. You did well. Trying to see if we can take a couple of them down, but no, they're a little too far out of our range now. Oh boy, that was really lucky, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, that was really, really lucky. We definitely could have had the end of the game there. Good job, Roughnecks. You survived. I'm going to finish setting up the little prison area here because we hadn't done that yet. And we got at least one guy here that's that we could capture. Gonna have him prioritize working on the bed there so we can finish it and have him capture the guy here real quick. There we go. Oh, it's because I didn't set the bed for prisoners. There we go. Now we can do it. And then we can have Cell come on down here and tend to him. So, okay, now that we have a prisoner, there's a couple of options that are open to us. Let's take a look at what the prisoner is. He's a sailor. I'm going to take a look at his character, his skills and stats here. So he's incapable of skilled labor, which means that he can't cook, can't construct, can't grow, can't mine, and can't craft. He's also got a strong constitution, psychically hypersensitive. Sometimes we'll have things like psychic drones happen, and if somebody's hypersensitive to it, the amount of effect that drone has is increased by 80%. So that could be really bad or really good if it happens to be a nice one. He's a night owl. He's inept, which means that he's really bad at doing a lot of things, and is also kind of chemically fascinated, which means that he's more apt to be doing drugs and that kind of thing. Now, if we look at his skills, he's not too bad at melee, but everything else he absolutely stinks in. So what we can do with the prisoners, if we capture somebody that seems to have pretty good skills, we can actually set their prisoner task to possibly recruit them. So the person that is playing as the warden will come in and talk to them and actually try to recruit them to become a member of the colony, and that kind of thing. The other options that we would have would be to either release him, which means that as soon as he's physically capable of walking off the map, we will release him and he will be able to go walk off the map. And if we do that, he will, the fact that we released him will improve our relations with whichever faction that prisoner happened to be with. We can also set him to just be executed. We can literally just say, you know what, screw you, and kill him right then and there. If we do that, however, it will give everybody in the colony that is not a psychopath or a masochist a very, very horrible mood debuff, because we let a prisoner die while in our custody, basically. It will really hurt as far as everybody's moods go. So with this character in particular, this pawn in particular, he's not going to be worth trying to recruit. And even if we did recruit him, there's not really anything that we'd use him for except to haul shit from one location to another. Maybe do some plant cutting and that kind of thing. But overall, probably not really worth the trouble, because he's inept as well on top of everything, which means that he works a lot slower, moves a lot slower. He just basically sucks at everything that he does.
Wow, Daddy.
So
Describing me.
I'm going to go ahead and just set him to be released, which means that after he's healed up a little bit and he's able to walk, our warden will just go ahead and set him to be released off the map, because it's not really going to be worth doing much of anything else with. Now, he has a severe illness right now because he's bleeding out and everything. He may not even actually make it. It just kind of depends. He's got extreme blood loss going on. He's had his torso shot up. His right kidney got shot. Right hand got shot. His right leg got shot. Yeah, his whole right side basically is like half gone. So he may not even make it, which again will give us, our colonists a really bad mood too. But again, it is what it is. It happens. But I just don't want to flat out execute him. That just wouldn't be a good idea, at least at this point in time. I am going to go ahead and make sure that these guys finish building these sandbags and stuff here, because that'll help us to defend against the next attacks whenever those may come. Basically, our pawns will stand behind it, and they can have cover, which means that they are less likely to be hit by like bullets and that kind of thing. So Give him a religion. Yeah, I suppose that's a possibility too. So colonist needs treatment young. Okay, because Cell hasn't gone over and healed her yet, apparently. Where is Young? What is Young doing? Young is resting? Well, where is Young resting? Why are you resting there? Oh, I see. They're heading to rest at the moment. Yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and have Cell. Well, she's currently feeding Maverick. Needs to tend to her. So Maverick is healed. He's all good. Young is the only one that's still hurt. Good. Okay, so they finished the sandbags there. So what all do we have going on here? We've got the plasteel going on there. The things are harvested and growing as they should. That is good. I just kicked Clay out of bed. I set that one up to be a hospital bed again, so he can come down here and sleep. Didn't want you sleeping there. That should be a prisoner bed. I forgot to set that there. There we go. Okay, so now I got those two set for prisoners. That'll work. So Clay is hauling stuff. Maverick's grinding some corn up. She's in the middle of digging there. He's now making sushi. Young is now healed up. That's good. So everybody's doing pretty good. Tell you what, though, Clay, I'm not... I want to go ahead and have you start doing the researching here, because that's pretty important for us to get going. So I'm going to actually turn Clay's hauling down and have his research be the highest priority. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the game so far. It's a really fun game. If you guys want to pick it up, it is available on Steam. It's pretty cheap. I think the last time I looked, it was around $10, something like that. So not bad. Piece of a spacecraft has landed nearby. That's cool. We'll go ahead and select all of those and set those to be deconstructed. That way we can get the components out of it, which is always a good thing. So now Clay is doing research. As you can see, he's standing here and getting involved in the research. So that's good. So as you can see, the research is actually starting to complete. As the research gets more and more, this bar will fill up, and once it reaches the end, they have completed the research in that particular field. Yeah, I really need to start making defenses. That's our biggest problem at the moment. Okay, so here we have an option. A refugee is being chased, and they have called me from nearby. They're being chased by pirates from the mindless whales. So again, the mindless whales are stirring up problems here on the planet. She's 50 years old. She's incapable of nothing. She's a hard worker, a fast walker, a sucker, and neurotic. And she's passionate for shooting, medicine, cooking, and construction. So now, here's the thing. With the refugee calls like this, we can either choose to reject her offer, which means that she will basically just be lost to the cosmos, and the mindless whales will capture her and use her for whatever purposes they have nefariously in mind. or we can offer her safety. Now, if we offer her safety, within moments, we're going to be attacked by a raiding party. So in other words, this is basically going to trigger a raid. Now, the benefit of that is that we would get a new colonist, and she does seem, at least on the surface of things that it's telling me here, worthwhile taking the risk to get. But at the same time, do we want to take the risk? So that's the question. So let's get some thoughts here from the chat. What do you guys think? Should we try to give her some safety and rescue her and hope that we get her safely as a colonist and risk losing? Or should we ignore her, please, let her go and deal with what we currently have as our situation? Let's get your thoughts here. We've got one person saying to keep her, that we need bodies. That is true. We definitely need to have more people in our colony. As we grow, we're getting more and more need. Any other thoughts? I'm kind of leaning towards doing the rescue. Yeah, a lot of times with the raids, it can be anywhere between 2 and 5 raiders that are following the refugee. So we've got. It seems like everybody wants me to offer her safety, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to offer her safety now, real quick, before anything else. We're going to kind of chintz it here a little bit. Let's see if she's got any kind of health problems, because since she's at 50 years old, she might have some health issues. She has an addiction to luciferium. She's addicted to Satan. Yes. She has an addiction to luciferium, which is one of the drugs that's here in the game. We don't have luciferium and we don't have any way to get it. So if we do keep her, she's going to have to get off of luciferium. She's going to go through withdrawal. It's going to be a big problem. She has very low expectations and she's feeling good. The other side effect, though, is she doesn't have any other injuries, which happens a lot of times when you get older. She doesn't have like any old gunshot wounds or anything like that are causing her problems. So that's good. As a character, let's see what she has and can do here. She's an apocalypse survivor and she's a housemate. She's mediocre at shooting. Really sucks at melee. She can doctor. She can cook. She has a passion for construction, but she really sucks at it. And mediocre at growing and crafting. She can't do any of the other stuff. She is a sucker as well, which means that she's not going to be very effective in social situations. So what we can do here, if we decide that we don't want to keep her after seeing her stats and learning about her, we can set her into on duty, draft her into duty, and just let her stand here until the raiders come. They will capture her and they will just walk her off the map and we won't have any like bad side effects or anything. I know I'm getting berated by my daughter here. She's berating me for thinking about this. But if nothing else, I can use her to haul. I can use her to clean. We do need a cleaner. I think I will go ahead and let her stay. We'll go ahead and keep Mary, Nap, the housemate, just so that Crystal stops bitching at me. She's let me see, what gear does she have? She's got some clothing. She's got at least a t-shirt and pants. Oh, she has luciferium on her even. Interesting. So I can make her drop that and forbid her from using it. We'll get to that eventually though. But let me go ahead and draft her. I'm going to have her come over here and stand in this zone here. And I'm going to go ahead and draft Clay and have him stand there as well. Although, well, I mean, he'll just be kind of standing there researching anyway, so not too big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and grab these four, and we're going to recruit them as drafts, and we're going to go ahead and start the preparations to have this raid come in. So here it comes. They're attacking immediately. Oh my goodness. There's 8 of them. Oh boy, this is going to be a problem. Oh, they have grenades. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, help me. A sniper rifle.
Is this what happens when you take in a 50-year-old woman?
Bolt action rifle. A revolver. At least he's got a knife. Bolt action rifle. Oh, a large machine gun. Yeah. And a pump shotgun. We're in trouble, guys. We're in trouble.
Is this what happens when you take in like a 50-year-old woman?
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about just showing her the door. This is not going to be worth. This is not going to be worth it.
But a cleaning lady, Daddy.
I know she's a cleaning lady. I'm not worried about her being a cleaning lady. This is not worth the effort. Oh my goodness.
Come on, you can handle it.
Oh my.
Handle the drug cleaner. It's fine.
Come on, come on, come on. Get her, get her, get her. Nope, they killed her. They just flat out killed her. Oh boy. Oh boy. We tempted fate. They're coming in. We're going to have to spread out here a little bit because they've got grenades and all kinds of stuff going on here. So they're setting fire to our crops. That was a total miss. Good job. Okay, we killed one of them. The guy with the knife's coming in. There goes that one. That sniper rifle's a real problem. Oh, they're fleeing. Maverick is down. He's not dead, but he's down. They are fleeing. I cannot believe we just survived that crap. Wow. Let's rescue Maverick here. Holy crap. That was crazy. Okay, we got to get these fires put out here, guys. They're burning down our crops in a big way. And apparently now we have a tame rabbit. It just tamed itself. A rainstorm would be really nice right about now. Our crops are on fire big time. finally. Okay, good. Gracious. Okay, we really need to heal Maverick here. Let me see, Young. Let's go ahead and have you tending to Maverick because he's in a lot of trouble right now. I cannot believe we survived that encounter. That really surprises me. I mean, I guess after seeing all that, we could have kept her, but she was kind of like in a really bad position anyways, so. That's okay. We'll get more. I like how we're just seeing her dead icon there on the screen. Hunter Alexa, which one? Oh, I see, because he dropped his gun when he got downed. That's okay. Just have to remember to grab it. Yeah, I'm sure. Got a major break wrist, I'm sure. Did Cell ever get treated? Nope, she didn't. We gotta treat her. She ended up getting up out of the bed to go eat because she got to be starving, so. So I'll tell you what, guys, this would be a good place to go ahead and pause things and save the game and give ourselves a little bit of a rest. This has been Rimworld, and we will be coming back into our colony here again real soon. Might do it tomorrow night. We'll see what ends up happening. But in either case, you guys have been watching our show, and hopefully you guys enjoyed what we've been doing here. The next time we play, we're gonna build defenses. We really need to get more defenses than just these little sandbags here. Although they definitely did us good. They definitely saved our hides there. That's for sure. So I'm glad that we went ahead and got them built. But if you guys want to check out my shows, don't forget that I will be live tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have Michelle Lynn coming on my show. She's a young adult author. Very, very cool. Really awesome stories. Hopefully you guys will come on in and take a listen. She's going to be joining us for the first hour. The second hour, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing yet, but we'll do something, of course. Anyways, if you want to check out any of my stories, you guys can go over to my website, originalworlds.com. I've got a lot of books available for you guys to peruse, a lot of free stories. So if you want more content from me, that's a great way to get it. Lots of stories on there that you guys can read. And in the meantime, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves and the adventures of the Roughnecks who are surviving, despite my thoughts that they were not going to. So anyways, until next time, keep safe, have fun, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.